everybody, welcome to the Free Range Diva. So today I'm going to be cooking, and I'm going to be cooking dinner. I'm making a Moroccan Tagine, and I'm only using items that were in the pantry or the freezer, nothing fresh, because we're quarantined, we're under a stay-at-home, so it's better to stock up and use things you have than to run out to the store every 5 minutes to get something you're missing. So although this dish does call for things like fresh parsley and other herbs, we won't be putting any of those in. The recipe that I'm using is from this one pan recipes from All Recipe, and it goodness. There we go. And it was actually developed for the Instapot, but I don't have an Instapot. You can also use it as a crock pot, but I'm not going to do that either because dinner, I want to get this done in a couple of hours. So we're going to do it on top of the stove and in a roasting pan. And let me show you what's in here. Olive oil, we've got onion, garlic. This is, there we go. These are chopped peppers that are from a big box, and I used half the box and then froze the rest of it. So chopped tomatoes, sorry, did I say peppers? Here I've got broth. This is homemade bone broth that I froze a portion of in the freezer. From the freezer, our vegetables here are organic chickpeas. I don't have quite enough of these, so I may end up throwing some frozen peas in there to, round out the dish. And then this is frozen chopped butternut squash. I've got 1 carrot. I've got my seasonings. We're using just one seasoning other than salt and pepper. And that's mild yellow curry powder from Savory Spice. And then I have a package of chicken, and I'm not really sure what's in this chicken. It's going to be whole legs, like legs and thighs attached, but I don't know exactly how many. I thought there was 2 in here, but there might be more than that. So we're just going to go with it, and we'll figure that out once we get started. So let's see, is there anything else? I guess not. All right, let's get started. So I cut up the chicken each into 2 pieces. So I separated the thighs from the legs and then salt and peppered them. And the next thing that I have to do now is chop up these vegetables. So let's do that. I'm going to keep these carrots in pretty decent sized chunks. All right, next we're going to get the chicken in the pan and start to saute it. So here we go. Got a little olive oil going in. Let that warm up. I'm using olive oil, but you can use any kind of oil that has a higher smoke point. So sunflower oil is good, olive oil is good, coconut oil is good even. So it's just starting to shimmer. I'm going to get this in there now. Put the chicken in. I'm just going to saute this long enough to get a brown, just to start getting a nice brown color on the skin of the chicken. Okay, I'm pulling the chicken out and putting the onions and garlic in. Just going to let this saute for a couple of minutes. We don't want that garlic to burn. I'm just adding in the curry powder right now. I'm doing 2 generous teaspoons, and then we'll see if I want to add more. The first ingredient in this curry is coriander, which is a common spice in Moroccan cooking. Then you have turmeric, ginger, fenugreek, anise, cumin, cinnamon, black pepper, yellow mustard, mace, and cardamom. All right, I'm going to put the chicken back in. And then everything else. So add in the carrots, the tomatoes, the broth, one of the things that I like about Moroccan cooking is the way that, or North African cooking in general, is the way they play off savory and sweet. So although this recipe calls for sugar, I'm just going to add a little bit of honey. And now the rest of the veggies. Chickpeas, you know, I think there may be enough. Oh, come on. And the squash. This will all melt. I think I want another teaspoon. So it'll be like a full tablespoon of the curry. A little red pepper, a little cayenne. It's about a quarter of a teaspoon. And then a little bit of salt over the whole thing. And that's it. That is going to go in a 375-degree oven. Where's the lid? And we'll let it go for about 35 to 45 minutes. While I'm waiting for this to come out of the oven, I wanted to let you know that you can serve this with rice or a crusty loaf of bread, or I happen to find in the back of the pantry this couscous, which is perfect for Moroccan or North African food. It's a grain. This one's made from whole wheat, and it's perfect side dish. So now we wait. Okay, so dinner's ready, And although the recipe calls for parsley, I didn't have that. I was going to put peas in it, but then I realized I had some baby kale left over. It's the last of the kale that I grew this winter. So I chopped up some of that and put it in there just to give it a little bit of green and a little bit of freshness. The stew itself has a nice earthy mix of savory and sweet and bitter, largely because of the curry that I used. And it balances with the carrots and the squash because they have a little bit of sweetness to them. So let's give this a little taste. Make sure I get everything. It's perfect. Everything I said, it's like a flavor explosion in your mouth. For a little bit, I've already added a little bit of lemon, but you can garnish with a little extra lemon if you like. And you'll want to make sure to take the temperature of the chicken. I cooked it on 375 for about 45 minutes. But get a thermometer and take the temperature of chicken to make sure it's around 180, which is where you want it to be. And although this recipe, I did not use an Instant Pot, I will put the directions. If you do have an Instant Pot, I'll put the directions on how to do that below. I'll also put crock pot directions too. But either way, you can bake it, you can simmer it on top of the stove, you can Instapot it or crock pot it. Regardless, it's going to be really, really good. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more like this, then give it a thumbs up. And let me know if you want me to do a series of dishes that I kind of pull together from what I have in the pantry to give you some ideas of things that you can use your pantry for when you don't have necessarily access to fresh food. So until I see you in my next video, I'm wishing you a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Take good care of yourselves, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Bye.